Lawrence Kohlberg was born in Brocksville, New York on October 25, 1927. He was the youngest of four children, and his father was a merchant and his mother was an amateur chemist. They divorced in 1932, and Kohlberg had to pick which parent to live with. Lawrence lived with his father alongside the other youngest sibling. In 1945, he graduated from a preparatory school called Phillips Academy. He then became a merchant marine. He worked on a ship which smuggled Jewish war refugees into safety in Palestine. The ship was blockaded by the British, and he was caught and imprisoned in a British internment camp in Cyprus. After 3 long years, he finally returned to the States, where he decided to continue his education at University of Chicago. In 1948, Kohlberg had graduated with a PhD in psychology. During his doctoral work, he studied Piaget's theories of human development and became interested in children's cognitive development. An important part of his theory development was founded on several interviews he conducted with children over the course of his doctoral work. His theory of the stages of moral development was the fruit of his work.
Kohlberg's theory split development up into 6 general stages. While each child is unique in their development, there are general ages for which most children develop each moral schema. They must go in order. That is, one cannot have a stage 4 understanding of morality without first experiencing stage 3, 2, and 1. It is also important to note that Kohlberg did not believe everyone reached the highest levels of moral development. He stressed that not maturity in age, but rather amount of thinking and reflection actually moved a person to higher stages. Stage 1. Moral good and bad is determined by what is rewarded and punished. At this level, no critical thinking of morality is present. Usually, this level of morality is present at very early stages of life. An example of this would be time out. This stage is part of the pre-conventional level of morality. Usually, children think this way up to age of 9. Stage 2. Moral good is what is mutually beneficial. Many elementary school children fit this category. As long as an agreement between 2 people is desirable, then the arrangement is moral.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself 2011.
Once a year, Donna and I spend a day treating ourselves. What do we treat ourselves to?
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year!
Seifert and Sutton note that this level of thinking construes prostitution as moral. The stage is also part of the pre-conventional level of morality. Most elementary school children have this mindset. Stage 3. Moral good and bad is determined by what one's friends are doing. This stage is part of the new conventional level of morality. This is like not giving to a homeless man because no one else in your family does in passing.
Make sure you check out her mom's boob job. They're hard as rocks.
I'm home. Hey, Kylie.
Hey.
Hey. How are my best girlfriends?
Hey, Mrs. George. This is Katie.
Hello, sweetheart. Welcome to our home. I just want you to know, if you need anything, don't be shy, okay? There are no rules in this house. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Right, Regina?
Please stop talking.
Okay. I'm gonna make you girls a hump day treat.
This is your room?
It was my parents' room, but I made them trade me. Hey, put on 98.8. Katie, do you even know who sings this?
The Spice Girls?
I love her. She's like a Martian.
God, my hips are huge. Oh, please, I hate my calves.
At least you guys can wear halters. I've got man shoulders.
I used to think there was just fat and skinny. Apparently there's a lot of things that can be wrong on your body.
My hairline is so weird.
My pores are huge.
My nail beds suck. I have really bad breath in the morning.
Ew.
Hey, you guys. Happy hour is from 4 to 6.
Is there alcohol in this?
Oh, God, honey, no. What kind of mother do you think I am? Why do you want a little bit? Because if you're going to drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
No, thank you.
So, you guys, what is the 411? What has everybody been up to? What is the hot gossip? Tell me everything. What are you guys listening to? What's the cool jams?
Mom? Could you go fix your hair?
Okay. You girls keep me young. Ugh, I love you so much. Oh my god, I remember this.
Ugh, I haven't looked at that in forever.
Here, check it out, Katie. It's our burn book. So we cut out girls' pictures from the yearbook, and then we wrote comments.
Trang Pak is a grotesque little biatch.
Still true.
Don Schweitzer is a fat virgin.
Still half true.
Amber D'Alessio, she made out with a hot dog.
Janice Ian Dyke.
Who is that?
I think that's that kid Damien.
Yeah, he's almost too gay to function.
That's funny. Put that in there.
Oh no. Maybe that was only okay when Janice said it.
Believe that not many adults develop past this level of morality. By adolescence, this stage is usually reached. It is part of the conventional stage of moral thinking.
In stage 4, moral good equates with whatever the acceptable standards of society are. If an action is approved or at least legal in a community, then that action is moral. If the action is looked down upon, like theft or shoplifting, then it's immoral. Understandably, this is the stage at which most people develop their sense of legal justice. Unfortunately, this stage can cause some undesirable developments, as this is when most people develop their prejudices as well. Stage 5. In this stage, an action is regarded as morally good if it is enacted through a fair democratic process. It's decidedly moral if it considers all of the people and all the parties that are going to be affected by this action. It basically turns into the majority rules minority situation. Unfortunately, this action can harm the few if it helps the many, if people decide that this benefits the majority of society. Sixth and final stage of Kohlberg's theory is the development of universal principles. At this stage, an action is regarded as morally good only if it treats all affected parties as equals and then takes the course of least harm. Unlike the previous stage, this final development can encourage disobeying the majority if the majority is acting unjustly. The speech and actions of notable figures such as Martin Luther King and Gandhi are great examples of this developmental stage.
Over the next 10 years, Kohlberg taught at various prestigious institutions. In 1968, he joined the staff at Harvard University. While in Belize in 1971 conducting research, Kohlberg contracted a parasitic infection. It affected his physical and mental state. It caused him physical pain along with severe depression, which lasted until he committed suicide in 1987.
Kohlberg's theory has multiple criticisms, the largest being from his own research assistant, Carol Gilligan. Gilligan believes that Kohlberg's original questioning did not take into account the differences between men and women. She believes that Kohlberg's research of rich white men to create his theory does not qualify it to theorize into the female mind. She also argued that men tend to value justice and rights, whereas girls tend to value helping and caring for others. Another critique of Kohlberg's theory is that it does not account for non-Western societies or people in low economic standing. This is for the same reason as Gilligan's theory, which is that Kohlberg only questioned rich white men. Small sample size used in the study greatly lowers its credibility. There's also the critique that when given a hypothetical, people tend to answer differently than they would react in real life, meaning that when Kohlberg gives his hypotheticals, he is not actually discovering how people would react, but rather how they think they would react.
Applying Kohlberg's theory in the classroom can help students learn and get through all the stages. When being a teacher, you must keep in mind what students are like at each age they are at. Like, for example, preschool children will obviously not understand the same ideas as a high schooler. The pre-conventional stage takes place when children are very young, and it can be applied at home and in the classroom, usually starting in preschool. This stage involves rewarding good behavior, making limits, and giving reasons as to why the actions are not okay. At this age, children's behavior is predominantly shaped and influenced by external factors. This is where morality starts. Teachers are what helps with the process. The pre-conventional stage is all about obedience and being rule-oriented. In the classroom, this is highly important. Teachers can use Kohlberg's theory by setting classroom rules for the students to follow. Anything they do to misbehave is said and corrected, plus a punishment. This could be writing their name on the board, time out, etc. This is so the child will want to avoid all punishment in the future. Also, anything good the student does can be rewarded, such as Student of the Week or giving out candy. By making a classroom agreement, the students can follow rules in their own room and have the ability to advance, to understand right from wrong. This would be helpful so they can understand that there is something wrong with their action and why it is bad. They understand the word no, but not why. The next stage is called the conventional stage, and this is when children are in their teens and start to think beyond themselves. They are at the stage where they are disciplined but still need little reminders. During the conventional stage, the adolescents and some adults are more aware. They think beyond themselves and more about how others think of them. This is a stage where law and order take place. They take others into consideration. The teachers can make the student review their own misbehavior and come up with a reason as to how they can improve themselves so others can improve of them. The teacher could also make the students think about the other side of the child's misbehavior. Since they base their actions on what their friends are doing and how they want others to like them, the teacher can then make rules that follow this certain mindset. Students want the teachers to approve of them, so they will follow the set of rules the teacher gives. In the classroom, the teacher can occasionally go over the set of rules and expect the students to follow. The next stage is the post-conventional stage. This stage is determined by personal values. In the classroom, children will cooperate not only because the teacher wants them to, but they want to better those around them and feel better about themselves. During this stage, the student will think more about why the rules are in place and why it is important to follow these rules. The students believe that following the rules betters the classroom environment. In this stage, the teacher would have to go over the rules whenever needed, but walking into the classroom, the student should realize what is right. They do not have to keep being reminded of the rules. This is not just for themselves, but to better those around them, and they realize this.